Yeah, I just got the, that urge to speak, not knowing anything. And even if I just know a shadow of something, I want to speak it so I can understand it more. Even if I know a shadow of something. Yeah. There is like a discussion, and some people are not accepting Newton's gravity law, although it was used for 300 years. But trying to understand the free fall law is even more difficult. Yeah, free fall. We are all in what is called free fall. You're not moving right now because you're standing on the earth and it doesn't allow you to move. But if the earth would open up, you would fall further. We are never without free fall. And it is like an energy that is liberating. Nothing's stopping me. I'm going, and I'm going, the direction I'd like to go. So the free fall is really incredible. And once, doctor, he came up with a way of just helping your body after eating. After eating, when you're at my age, almost 80, and you eat something, if you don't do some type of exercise, the protein that I ate, first of all, it's not going to go to my muscles, and it's going to give some difficulty in my body. So if I did eat something that had protein, and I ate 4 chapatis, I'm going to have to do some, even as smallest type of exercise, but some type of exercise, so that protein will go to the mass, not muscle, but mass, the muscle mass. So one doctor, he was telling his patients that, after you eat, you want to make sure that your blood sugar doesn't spike, that your, blood pressure doesn't spike, and all these things. So because there's been a change in your body, you just ate. And that change, all of a sudden, it isn't dealt with right, or you didn't eat right, or something bothered you while you were eating, or something like this. So it's going to cause some problem. So what, like muscle in your brain, the amygdala has been activated. One thing, when you ate something very nice and sweet and everything, it was so enlivened, and on and on and on, and how much I ate and how I feel so good, and this, so many emotions are there. But they call the amygdala to calculate and act. And the amygdala does things as if thinking that life is going to come to an end. So I have to do something. In other words, it's a very nervous, it's either fight or flight. I better do something quick, because if I don't do something quick, and this, that, and the other. So here it is. The amygdala. If you want to calm down this amygdala, what you just do is you can even just turn your head one side and then the other side, or something where directions are changed. Or you can tap on your right shoulder and then tap on your left shoulder, back and forth. But I never knew this one was so good. And it activates something else too. This is like a 4-step exercise after eating, and that doesn't even change. Maybe maybe 5 feet high total, maybe 5 feet high total than where I was. Yeah. So, the barometer, it measures the pressure. So all of a sudden, what I'm going to do to my amygdala, I'm going to give it different pressures. I'm going to give it a pressure of less pressure, and then I'm going to come back down. I'm going to the same pressure down here. And then I'm going to do it again and again for 10 times. Now, I'm not going to do it 10 times. If I can do it fast enough, I'll do it. And it is. It's important. One, two, three, four, five, halfway. Six, seven, eight, nine, try to go fast if you can. Okay, so now, what has happened there is the barometer pressure reminded my soul of something. Free fall. I've been living on this earth for almost 80 years. I'm 78 and 4 months. So, it's less than a half, year and a half. Okay, so what has happened is the barometer gave when I was going down the stairs, it was like the falling, the free fall. It only lasted 4 steps, but then you come up and you fall down again. And then you come up and you fall down again. So it brings a remembrance to my soul. My body has never been able to feel free fall and detect it. But that's like a very, very minute detection of what free fall is like. Like the barometric pressure, it feels like gravity is not even controlling you. It feels like you can fall all the way through the earth. It's such a wonderful thing. And that cannot happen unless the soul is free. As soon as the soul is within a body, it can't happen. Because as soon as the soul is in the body, there's past and future. And that past and future, they have a very, it's time. Past and future is time. But actually, and it's even pointed out, time itself doesn't have past and future. When time gets affected, it has past and future. So that fall, that free fall, takes me to a remembrance of the free fall that has no effect of time. It was just wonderful. And I can remember that when that time was there, when I was in free fall all the time, where I was actually active in an atmosphere where it was me only. In other words, there are others there, but it's them only. It's not a combination. I am a combination of 50 trillion genomes. And if you were be able to take the genome out at a certain time while I'm in the womb of my mother, if you could just separate that genome and separate a few of them, you would see that every one of those genomes is going to grow up like the original one. It's going to be duplicates. So what I'm made up of is 50 trillion Shonakas, or Shamasundar Babaji. And boy, I can't even put up with one. And actually I've got 50 trillion. And we've come to, like, okay, let's work together. Let's try to do our health right. This, that, so many things. But if the soul is alone, not even the electron is alone. If the electron could be alone, if the proton could be alone, if the neutron could be alone, then it would be in that, like that ecstasies of free fall. I'm not being affected by anything. Yeah, I'm totally unaffected by something else. And how can I be affected? Only if future turns into past. That's what happens. Future turns into past, and that's it, I'm affected. Only by change, future turns into past. And by that, just that small little thing that's called the time factor. Don't consider it time. We live under the time factor. And other planets have different time factors. Our whole body is calculated, its life, according to that time factor right there. So, to be out of the grip of that time factor is when the light is not visible. The speed of light, yes, the speed of light. But if the speed of light is then a speed more than that speed of light, it disappears. It's not affected by the time factor. So even you shoot a light, and you were that light, at the end of that light, when you're beyond the speed of light, beyond the speed of light, then that light disappears. And when you slow down, it comes into effect again. So that is the bondage that I'm feeling. I'm bound. And that bondage is super strong. But just that little bit of walking up and down stairs, I have made I understand, I have touched my soul. And I know I've touched my soul. Because my soul wants to be in that free fall, where it can go even faster than time. Nothing is stopping it. So just giving that happiness that comes from that remembrance of what free fall was. And it doesn't mean that there's no, in that other realm where everybody is themselves. They aren't other genomes, they're themselves. In that realm, everybody is beyond the speed of light. So beyond the speed of light means there is no past and there is no future. There is only eternal existence. Yeah. Om Purushamitam Sarvam Yad Bhutam Yad Chabhavyam Utam Vitam Yad Shasena Yad Anena Tirohati. Yat bhutam, future. Yat bhavyam, past. The future creates the past. And it's just a recognition. It's like I'm looking out a window. It's not really happening to the soul. I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing future turn into past. Yeah, Shayna. Yeah. Okay, but beyond that future and past and that change and everything, beyond that, there is bliss. Beyond it. Not in it, beyond it. Yat anena tirohati. So that wasn't really explained. That's the second verse of Purusha Suktam, but the fourth verse explains it clearly. Tripadudaita Purusha Deva Puna Tato Vishva Vikamisashanivi. Okay, that the three quarters meaning the spiritual world. And we have come here to this world. And in this world, we have been given two paths, two margs, two paths. One path is the path of enjoyment, and they point out food, the nectar of food. So everybody becomes into the grabs of the nectar of food here, and they're going to stay here. And then there is the path of liberation, where you're still eating and everything, but you're not looking for that temporary pleasure. So we want that path of, you say, I am liberated. It's not a thing that somebody's going to liberate me. I am liberated, and I am able to associate with the Supreme in that mood, in that liberated mood. As long as I am in the mood of enjoyment or in the mood of I have to have it. That's the amygdala. I have to have it, I'm going to die. I have to fight for it. I have to grab it. I have to flee from those that are trying to hurt me. All that binds you so much here. All that. And that little bit of going up and down stairs, your soul, you could touch your soul. You can make them feel a little bit good, I want you to feel good. We're not, just around doing nothing. It's actually provable, And this concept of free fall that was given by Albert Einstein is not really totally accepted. Very, very hard. Even when he was living for 30 years, they practically rejected him. But it is even confirmed in all the Shastras and everything. Yeah. It's just that we have so many cells around us, and everybody's yelling at the same time. I'm hungry, I'm sleeping, I'm this, that, and the other. And you're being pushed in so many ways. Oh, the air pushes you, the sun pushes you, and everything. And the time pushes you along. The time factor pushes you along. The time factor is very destructive. Time is not destructive. The time factor is destructive because it puts something together and it pulls something apart. Time means I recognize the eternality. And I recognize that in that eternality, I am a unit. I am a unit. I am not dependent. I'm dependent on my Lord, God, I'm dependent on Him, but I'm not dependent on anything else or anybody else. I'm dependent on that, just the service to the Lord. That's what I'm dependent on. And because everybody is in that same mood, that mood of service is so great. I'm a one unit. I'm not something that somebody can take and break into pieces, splitting atoms and things like that. You can't do that to my soul. It is one unit, separate, independent. And it wants to feel that independency. And just giving it a little bit of independence feeling, walking up and down the stairs is like gentle on it. It's gentle on it, and it helps out. Very difficult to clearly explain. Clearly explain the concepts that are going on. But the soul is there. And only in that realm of the soul are you free falling. Nothing is... You yourself are in control, but nothing is in control of you. Nothing is demanding something from you in that free fall existence. Oh, I have to work here because I have to eat. And no, all those things are gone. You're one unit. You exist, and you keep on existing as one unit. And in that way, I don't have to take anything from anybody. Understand? I don't have to try to grab something from somebody. I'm not envious. I'm not jealous. Because I don't have to grab something from somebody to exist. I mean, that's all we're doing, is we're trying to exist. I'm trying to have a house to exist. I'm trying to have a car to exist, and this, that, and the other. But no. Yeah, as that unit only, you can find that. You could say peace, but it's actually the eternal right of the soul. Real peace is the eternal right of the soul. I don't have to claim something. It's my right. And of course, I want to claim it with a certain mood and a certain happiness and a certain way of thinking that I entered into such a philosophy. Such a philosophy that Einstein is just becoming aware of it. Vedas knew it. Of course, Einstein said one time, I'm very sad because I never did what I wanted to. And they said, well, what was that? You did so much. And he says, I never found time. And that's what it was. I never found Krishna. If I would have found Krishna, I would be considering myself successful. So even reconciling with Mr. Einstein, we can tell him that we are finding some happiness in time. We are experiencing some happiness in time, even though so many pullings are on my body. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. And it's hard to grasp at such conceptions, but if you can, thank you for listening, if you listened at all. But thank you for listening. Okay, I'll leave in the description. I'll leave a film, a video that they discuss this, and they'll just automatically give you the next video on this matter. Hard conception to grab a hold of. Okay.